I'm Dutch, and let's react to the Americans. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Joan, and I'm a typical Dutchman. And if you're planning to come over to Europe for to live here or for your holidays, or if you're wondering why is the United States so expensive in comparison with Europe, then you are at the right place, because in this channel we take a look at the price of cost of living in the United States versus the prices of cost of living in Europe or in the Netherlands specific. And for today we're going to take a look at this one. It's called Cost of Living in New York, so it's very specifically located on New York, better than in America, so I want to know how it is specifically in New York. Full price breakdown from Nomad Nest. I'm going to start with a subscribe and a like. He has only 10 likes. Strange. Give him a like too. And we're gonna take a look why, not why, but what are the costs of living in New York.
New York, the city that never sleeps and never stops charging you.
Oh, never sleeps and never, yeah, okay.
It's bold, electric, unforgiving, and somehow still magical. But living here, that's a whole different story. So how much does it really cost to live in New York City in 2025?
I want to know too. 2025 we're talking about.
Let's break it down. Dollar by dollar, borough by borough. Why would anyone choose to live in the most expensive city in the US? Simple. It's New York. The opportunities, the energy, the culture, it's unmatched. Whether you're chasing dreams on Broadway, crunching numbers on Wall Street, or launching a startup from a Brooklyn loft, this place feels like the center of the universe. But that spotlight comes with a price tag, a big one. All right, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Rent in New York is savage. A small studio in a decent Manhattan neighborhood, easily $3,000 a month.
A small studio. Again, I don't know how many square meters, because we're talking in Netherlands and a year about square meters. How much living space do you have for a certain price? I don't know if he meant this as an example.
And that's not for anything fancy, just clean and functional. Want something cheaper? Head to Brooklyn or Queens, where studios go for around $2,300 to $2,700.
Wow. I would say not even Amsterdam has these prices, but yeah, you could be. But Amsterdam is not New York. I admit that is a great difference between the two cities, but in comparison, Amsterdam versus the rest of the Netherlands, the Randstad versus the rest of the Netherlands, is the same as, I guess, New York versus the rest of the state or the rest of America car prices.
Depending on how hip the area is. Sharing a place is way more common and way more affordable. A room in a shared apartment typically runs $1,200 to $1,800, depending on location, size, and if you're lucky enough to have your own bathroom. To actually find a place, most people use Street Easy, Zillow, or even local Facebook groups. But move fast. Apartments get snatched up in hours. And landlords? They often want to see that you earn at least 40 times the monthly rent per year.
Yeah, what? You earn at least 40 times the monthly rent a year. So if the monthly rent is about $2,500, so you have to make $100K, otherwise you won't even get the apartment.
Yeah, let that sink in.
Yeah, I did.
Pro tip. Search near the end of the month, when landlords are more likely to cut a deal. And if a place has been sitting for a while, don't be shy. negotiate. Even in New York, desperation can knock $100 to $200 off. Want to live alone, in peace, without selling your soul? Good luck. And maybe consider New Jersey.
Consider New Jersey instead of New York. This looks tasty, with honey on a croissant with oranges.
Food in New York is an experience, but
Pizza slice or pricey plate. Oh,
it'll cost you. Yes, you can still grab a classic slice of pizza for $1.50 to $3, or a solid bagel with cream cheese for about $4. But sit down for brunch in Manhattan, that'll run you $25 to $40 before you even touch the tip. Grocery shopping in New York isn't exactly cheap. On average, expect to spend $100 to $150 per week per person.
per week, per person. How can anyone survive with that kind of rent and that kind of cost for your food? Then you actually have to work on Broadway as a famous actor or at Wall Street making enough money, 100K. Otherwise, this is undoable.
More if you lean organic or shop at upscale markets. Whole Foods lives up to its nickname, Whole Paycheck. Trader Joe's is friendlier on the wallet, but the checkout lines? Pure chaos during peak hours. Local supermarkets like Key Food or Food Town offer a middle ground, but prices can vary wildly depending on the neighborhood. New York's a foodie paradise though, and that's the trap. One week you're meal prepping rice and beans, next week you're eating sushi in Soho, swiping your credit card, and questioning your life choices. And let's
Questioning your life choices. Why did I come over to New York?
not forget, this city's a global kitchen. From Indian curries in Jackson Heights to Korean barbecue in Flushing, Jamaican patties in Brooklyn, to halal street carts all over Manhattan. It's a multicultural buffet.
Sounds good. With the same price tag, I guess.
If your stomach's curious, New York City will feed it something unforgettable.
Yeah, you missed the train, boy.
New York runs on its subway, and so will you. A single subway or bus ride costs $2.90, and a monthly Metro card will set you back $132. It's not glamorous, but it's fast, reliable, mostly.
Yeah, 184 monthly Metro card. No idea if that is more expensive than everywhere else. In comparison with the Netherlands, monthly card for the train or for public transit in general. Yeah, with all in, depending how far you travel. Yeah, it depends on how long is your distance, how long do you travel. Can be up from 50 euros to, again, 200 or so. I cannot compare this.
And gets you anywhere from the Bronx to Coney Island without draining your wallet. If you're planning to use the subway daily, the monthly pass pays for itself quickly.
Okay, according to him, a monthly pass is better for the Metro than going by bus, I guess.
Bonus: buses are free when you transfer within 2 hours, so mixing and matching your routes can stretch your fare. Prefer Uber or Lyft? Prepare to pay. A 15-minute ride in Manhattan during non-peak hours can cost $25 to $35, and surge pricing loves to appear when you need it most. A ride to JFK or LaGuardia from Midtown can easily hit $60 to $90.
For a cab fare, or not a cab fare, for an Uber ride. Any cab fare?
And that's without traffic. City bikes are everywhere, and for $20 per month, you can ride unlimited 45-minute trips.
That sounds good, but for 45, how far do you get for 45 minutes?
Great for short commutes or just avoiding subway heat waves. Bottom line, public transport is your best friend.
And rather good and multiple choices, so you can choose not to have a car and still get around in New York.
Ubers are for emergencies, rainy days, or when you just can't take the subway anymore. So, you've signed the lease and you're ready to move in. Great, but surprise, the bills don't stop at rent. Electricity and gas in New York can run $100 to $150 per month for a one-bedroom, depending on the season.
I hope that at the end of the video he shows a total bill about everything, because I did not write anything down, but wow.
Crank the AC in the summer or blast the heat in winter. You'll feel it, in your soul and your wallet. Water is usually covered by your landlord, but always double check. Internet? Expect to pay $60 to $80 per month for decent speeds from providers like Spectrum or Verizon Fios. And yes, you'll probably have to call customer service more than once. Good luck. It's the little things that add up, so don't forget to factor these into your monthly reality check. Welcome to the city that never sleeps and never lets your wallet rest either. A night out in New York City can go from just a quick drink to how did I spend $120 real fast? A beer at a bar? Around $8 to $10. A cocktail in Manhattan? Easily $15 to $20. And that's before tax and tip.
Yeah, before tax and tip. Now, to be fair, some hotels here in the Netherlands, if you order a cocktail, you also will be around 10 to 15 euros for a cocktail with multiple liquor-like liquids in it.
Movie tickets hover around $18 to $22. But if you want the full recliner chair,
$18 to $22 for a movie ticket? Yeah, in the Netherlands, I know, between, depending which movie, which age, etc., let's say we are between 9 and 14 euros for a movie.
dine-in experience, welcome to the $30 club. Concerts, stand-up shows, rooftop lounges, it all adds up. But here's the good news. Museums like the Met or MoMA offer pay-what-you-wish or free entry days, so you can still soak in culture without going broke. Gyms range wildly. Expect to pay $40 per month for a no-frills gym and upwards of $200 per month, or just jog through Central Park for free.
Yeah, gym prices over here the same. It's depend on what you want, how much support you want, how many days, and how many hours, etc. Yeah, varies from 35 to 50 or 60 euros, depending on what your choices are.
It's iconic, it's scenic, and it doesn't require a membership. Bottom line, New York City offers everything, but fun here is rarely free.
Yeah, I would say the same. You can either cycling, but if you don't want to cycle, then you can walk. It's the cheapest way. Walk or run. Then you have your exercise without paying anything to the gym, because I don't go to the gym.
Before you pack your bags for New York, you'll need the right visa. And choosing one isn't exactly a walk in Central Park. If you're just visiting for a few months, maybe for tourism or a business meeting, the B1 or B2 visa is your go-to.
This is one recorded 1 month ago. Oh boy, I don't think that anyone really wants to go to America right now with all this ICE raids and border controls and yeah.
It's valid for up to 6 months, but just to be clear, absolutely no working on this one. Planning to study? Then you'll probably need an F1 visa. It lets you study full-time and even work a bit on campus. After graduation, you might get a chance
Is there Spider-Man?
to be full-time and
Yeah. Nah, looks like Spider-Man, but
even work a bit on campus. After graduation, you might get a chance to work in the US for a year or more through something called OPT, Optional Practical Training. Another route for students and interns is the J-1 visa, which covers things like exchange programs, internships. Now, if you're aiming to work in New York, get ready to play in the big leagues. The H-1B visa is the most popular one for skilled professionals, but it's competitive and requires sponsorship from a US employer. If you're already working for a global company and they want to transfer you to their New York office, the L-1 visa is your route. Or, if you're a standout talent in arts, science, or even sports, the O-1 visa is like the VIP pass for people with extraordinary abilities.
yeah, I cannot compare anything with visas, especially with this wide range of visas that are available for the outside. I do not know.
For those thinking long-term, yep, we're talking green cards. There are family-based options and employment-based paths known as EB visas. The EB-5 is the investor route. If you've got about $1 million to invest and can create at least 10 jobs, the
Looks interesting. Just a watchtower or something?
green card could be yours. In targeted areas, the investment drops to $800,000, and rumor has it that a new gold card visa might soon replace it. For those willing to invest $5 million or more in the US, that's still in the works, but worth watching. Visa rules change often, so double check everything before you apply.
Yeah, the visa rules are now extra difficult to comply with. Dot your I's and cross your T's, because it's not, you're getting a one-way ticket back home the way you came from, or you can spend a week or two, 3, 4, in one of those nice, fully comfortable detention centers often.
And seriously, get expert help if you're not sure. The right visa can open doors. The wrong one, it can slam them shut just as fast. All right, let's talk damage. Living modestly
Yeah, total monthly cost. That's what I expecting.
in New York City, and I mean modest, not penthouse with a view modest, will cost you around $3,900 a month in 2025.
3,900. Let's say 4,000 a month. Now, I'm gonna compare that with living in one of the more expensive cities in the Netherlands, like Amsterdam and Rotterdam. Being a student with healthcare and insurance, it will be, yeah, I won't not say 3 to 4, but between 2 and 3,000. Yeah, all in with your food, with your utilities, internet, your rent. Yeah.
Rent alone eats up the biggest chunk, at about $2,500 for a small studio in a decent neighborhood. Not Manhattan glamour, but not roaches and leaking pipes either. Groceries and casual dining will run you around $600 if you're cooking most of the time and not living on takeout. Transportation. Around $200 if you're using the subway, buses, and maybe an occasional Uber when you just can't deal. Utilities and internet stack up to about $200. Yes, your heating bill in winter will make you question everything. Entertainment and fun.
Yeah, utilities and internet. Utilities, on average, depending again how much, will be around 100 and 150. And then another 50 to 80 euros for your internet connection. So in total, you also can be around 200 to 250 euros for utilities and internet.
Even if you keep it low-key with the occasional show, gym membership, or night out, comes in at about $300. And don't forget the random stuff.
Yeah, entertainment for 300 is whatever you choose, but yeah, when you go each a week to the cinema, then you are 90, well, no, $60 a month, 60 euros a month if you go every week, once a week to the cinema.
Toiletries, laundry, phone plans, and surprise expenses. That's another $100 easy.
Yeah, laundry you will do at home.
Add it all up, and you're looking at roughly $3,900 a month.
Yeah, but that's without insurance of your car, if you have a car, if you don't have a car, and without healthcare insurance, your healthcare premium.
That's not luxury living. That's just surviving New York. But hey, if you can make
That's on average in the Netherlands. 3,900 all in with healthcare and insurance. Yeah, 2,500, and I will make it very expensive. Then you have a very nice house, rent for a room, spacious room with everything on and on it. Then you are around 2,500 a month.
it here, right? New York will humble you. Fast. First shock, the rent. You knew it was expensive, but you didn't expect to pay $2,500 a month to live in a glorified shoebox with a closet that barely fits your coat and a radiator that hisses like it's possessed. Then comes tipping. In the US, tipping
Yeah, tipping. Taxes and tipping.
isn't optional, it's expected. At restaurants, it's 20% or you're the villain. Coffee shops, food delivery, Ubers, even haircuts. Everyone expects something extra. And
Even haircuts?
no, tax isn't included in the sticker price either, so get ready for those final bills to sting. Next up, healthcare. You twist your ankle, and suddenly you owe $1,300 just for walking into the ER.
Yeah, he's now coming to the healthcare part. 1,300 just walking into the ER?
No one tells you how terrifying out-of-network sounds until you're in pain and Googling insurance terms mid-panic. And let's not forget laundry. Unless you strike gold with an in-unit washer and dryer, you'll be hauling your clothes down the street or paying someone else to do it. It's part of the grind. Still, despite the chaos, the stress, and the constant noise, New York somehow pulls you in. You'll complain every day and still never want to leave.
And I wouldn't even go to.
New York City has this wild magnetism. It's loud, chaotic, unapologetically ambitious, and it either breaks you or builds you. Some expats come here and feel alive for the first time. They love the pace, the diversity, the fact that at 2 a.m. they can still get dumplings, see a jazz show, and meet someone who speaks 5 languages in one subway ride. It's a place where every day feels like a movie scene. If you're okay with being slightly broke and constantly overstimulated, but others, they hit their limit. Maybe it's the $10 coffees or the apartment the size of a closet with a view of a brick wall. Or maybe it's the loneliness. Yes, in a city of 8 million. It's not for everyone, and it doesn't try to be. You'll either fall in love and stay for decades, or peace out after 6 months wondering what just happened.
Yeah. That was living in New York, the cost of living in New York by, as I reckon, somebody living in New York as a student or as a student and knows the prices very well for outside students, for people who are coming to New York to find the American dream. Wow, there were prices that I thought, oh my goodness, but this is specifically to or for New York. And I will guess only the Americans can really confirm that this are the same prices as in the other big cities like San Francisco or Miami or all the other tourist attractions, cities. They will have the same prices, and as soon as you leave those bigger cities, then the prices will go down. But even then, I have heard prices that I think, what? For rent? Wow. Coming over to Europe, coming over to the Netherlands, I say in the Randstad, in the region Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Den Haag, Utrecht, you will pay more. And as soon as you leave the Randstad area, then the prices drop more. I won't say significantly, because you will be 10 to 15, maybe 20% cheaper with everything once you're outside the big cities of the Netherlands. I hope you found this video informative and you like it. If you do, then press like on the video. And if you want to see more of these videos, then maybe these videos are also good for you. And it's always appreciated if you hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.